So I've been standing up here thinking, y'all, during the summer hot months, I try to cut on that big oven in there as little as I can. The summertime, especially, is really when I turn to my air fryers because it just knocks extra heat out of your kitchen. But this dessert only need the oven for like 8 minutes, and it's one of those cool and refreshing desserts. It's pineapple banana cake. Yeah, it's called a banana split cake. And you may have seen this one before on my website. But anyway, we're going to start with 4 cups of graham crackers. And I'm going to pour a stick of melted butter. And I like to add, I know y'all have probably made 1,000 graham cracker crust before, but I like to put a little sugar. Let's see if this, I like to put a little bit of sugar in my crust so it can be just a little bit sweet. So I'm going to come over here and get me a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar. Everybody needs a little bit of sugar once in a while. So yeah, that will lighten up that, sweeten up that crust a little. You don't have to do that. But y'all know me. I change every recipe I've ever done in my whole life. So I want to get all those graham crackers wet. And then I'm going to move over here and I'm going to press them in the bottom and up the sides. And we're going to bake this for about 8 minutes. And the reason you want to bake it, y'all, is until you get it hot and that butter continues to melt in those crumbs. If you cut it, it would make a big, big mess. So it has to be baked off so that it'll get that kind of crunchy crust. So you can't skip this part. Okay, so there we go. In the oven for 8 minutes. Now, before I put this in the oven, I want to make sure that I've got it packed nice and firm. So I'll take something, kind of like this shape, and then really just press before I put it in the oven. So there we go. That's pressed up pretty good. So you can really, with a circle, you can really get in there and press it down good. I don't want my crust coming apart. Okay, 8 minutes. We are ready to finish our banana split cake. So our crust, I think we probably cooked it maybe 10 or 12 minutes. You just want it to bake long enough for the graham cracker crumbs to stick together. So when you cut you off a piece, it won't just fall apart. All right, and we've got a 16 ounce, probably, let me see, I can't remember. A 20 ounce can of crushed pineapple. And I've drained it real good. I actually picked it up and squeezed all the juice out. So our pie would remain, or cake would remain in one piece. All right. So before we go any further, I want to talk to you about this. This recipe calls for raw eggs. And as I have told y'all in other tapings, that I'm so funny about eating a raw egg. It just does something to my stomach. So we're using pasteurized eggs. So I don't have to worry about somebody not using this recipe because it called for raw eggs. And because I want everybody to try it and enjoy it. So I'm going to beat these eggs up. And it called for, how many eggs did it call for? Two eggs, which comes to half a cup. So that's what we're using. And it's got a beautiful color. And I just feel really, really good about that. So I've got a 16-ounce bag of confectionate sugar. And I'm just going to beat these two things together. And now I'm going to put in my 2 sticks of wonderful softened butter. Perfect. Perfectly softened. And that makes life so much easier, Teresa. You know, when that butter is perfectly softened. You know what I mean, Jean? Yes. All right. This is beautiful. It's like the cake batter part, but we don't have to cook it. So we're going to just pour this layer of wonderful cream right on that crust. I'm going to spread it out where it's nice and even. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is put us a layer of pineapple on that wonderful filling that we've got. And I want to make sure I spread it nice and even so everybody gets their bite of pineapple. This is going to be so good. All right, now y'all, this is fruit fresh. And I don't want, and I lost the lid, but I don't want these bananas to turn dark on us real fast. So I'm just going to toss them in that fruit fresh. Now the recipe calls for that frozen whipped topping. I don't care for it. So we're using fresh whipped cream. We beat up 2 cups of whipped cream along with a half a cup of sugar. I use 1/4 of a cup of sugar per cup of heavy cream. And to me, it's just so much better than artificial stuff. Oh, wow. A little bit soft at the bottom. But you have to be careful when you're beating your cream because you don't want it to turn back to butter. Because it will taste just like you're trying to eat unsalted butter. I have no problem. Well, I've done it, and it's not really that good. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Now see on the sides where you can't really mash that graham cracker down, it comes apart, but in the center, in the bottom, it will cut almost like a pie crust.
They also tell you to wait an hour. put it in the refrigerator for
I
an hour,
was.
which might help it set just a tiny bit. We're not.
What'd you say? Wait an hour?
We're not very good at. We're never good at the waiting.
Okay. Look, you never know I've been in it. I'll come back in an hour and get some more. Ooh. Y'all.
Out of this world.
Mm-hmm. Been so long since I tasted it. So good. Your children are going to love you for making this for them. Loving best dishes. All you moms and dads out there trying to survive summer. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.